Hi and welcome to today's session. I'm so excited for you. Today we're going to take you through how to create your offer. This is the Offer Codex framework. This is going to be a game changer. We've had many clients say, come along and said this is well worth 10 times the investment. The reason being is because we're finally going to refine your message, and you're going to understand how to refine your message in the quickest, easiest way. And I don't care if you're, already pretty successful. You're going to get a load from this, and if you're just getting started, you're going to get massive value from this because when we go down to the actual system, all right, the message is going to be relevant here. Obviously, we need to have your ad refined, so a big part of your offer is we're going to use that in your ad. We're going to use it in the opt-in pages. It's going to reflect of leveraging of socials. It's going to kind of define the piece of content so that people come into your list knowing exactly what their core problem is, which makes the upsells much easier. The consultation process becomes easier because you're really clear on your message. So, messaging is a very important part of this. Remember I told you when I had my first funnel built, I had to figure out my entire message. I had to figure out and test it. And I spent hundreds of thousands trying to test it to make sure it worked. And so this is going to be a framework that will really speed up your results in the key areas all along your entire program. So I'm really excited to take you through this. It's absolutely massive value. As always, here's the sequential, logical kind of view, the landscape view. We're going to be using obviously the message in your ad so that we're calling out an ideal client. Obviously that's going to reflect in that piece of content when we get down to that section shortly. And of course that's going to, really set up the ideal consultation cell. It will be a big part of your consultation cell as well. And we're going to be building off these elements already. And even if you've got a signature program already, you're going to be able to refine off the back of this. And if you haven't got one already, it's going to be a game changer. And they're going to be coming into your list with a very specific problem. So it makes the whole upsell process, much more easier. So I'm so excited for you to go through this session. It's going to be a game changer. So look, what you're going to get specifically, we're going to cover why dialing in your offer is so important. What is a dialed in offer? How to create your offer using the Offer Codex framework. How to choose your price point. How to deliver your offer. Absolutely flawless, this part. What this means for your future and tasking to complete now. So why dialing your offer in is so important. Your client is out there dealing with their life. Life is being pumped at them through all mediums: career, job, business, family, kids, social media, etc. They are overwhelmed with life. That is where your client is. They have major problems driving their life. We all have major problems that we need to get resolved. They have an attention span less than a goldfish. So the majority use this scattergun approach to get clients pumping out on social media day in, day out without actually a clarity on who their ideal client is. Pumping out generic content and changing it over and over again so you never know really if it lands, hoping that something will land and they get a client. They miss the foundations to why a client purchases in the first place. Measuring the wrong metrics so they have the wrong feedback. Comments, likes, or engagements are not buying metrics. One more time, comments, likes, or engagements are not buying metrics. Buying metrics are cash, wallet exchanging. That's a buying metric. You can have loads of engagement, but with no buyers still, because they have no real foundations to their message. A load of people today just scroll social media and like stuff. Doesn't mean they're ever going to buy anything. So they end up with no sales. We're going to uncover the foundations to why your ideal client buys. We are going to target on those key reasons why they buy in a very specific way. So it grabs their attention fast in a very specific way. So it cuts through all the noise and the overwhelm so they can clearly see the problem we can solve for them. Thus, we increase sales. Because we are 100% focused on the problem we solve for them. So we only attract who want that problem solved. All right, so that is what we call an ideal client. An ideal client is someone that has the problem that we can resolve. A client who wants to buy from us to solve their problem. This is a sniper gun approach. This is the offer codex. If you do not target the foundations to why your client buys, your message will get lost online. So the more specific and niche you target your client's problem, the more you will stand out to your ideal client. There are still thousands and millions of clients that are in these niches. With a laser focused problem message, you attract your ideal client fast because it's so specific to their problem. It speeds up the buying process. That's how we roll. So what is a dialed in offer? So what are the facts? Humans want to escape immediate pain. That's it. The pleasure is just away from the pain. The unconscious motivation to escape pain/problem overrides everything. The reptilian part of the brain drives motivation. The reptilian part of the brain is problem wired. When the reptilian part of the brain fires, it then sparks the limbic and neocortex to react. So focus on the pain, it governs the brain. It's the reptilian part of the brain. It's the oldest part of the brain. It is the core element that drives the brain. The brain is a survival focused only, so we can thrive. Survive to thrive. That's it. When we focus on the pain, it drives motivation 10 times more. Desire does not stimulate the reptilian brain. Desire on its own doesn't drive human motivation. Desire thus doesn't drive humans to purchase. Thus we only purchase if we believe it solves a problem. End of. And so that is the process of evolution. Survival drives evolution, and we are problem focused. And so when it comes to pleasure, and you're talking about, and you see so many people online talking about pleasure, pain is 10 times more powerful. You want people to buy, then you focus on the pain. Notice you feel way more pain when you get rejected than the pleasure of someone complimenting you. Pain of rejection is far stronger than the pleasure of a compliment. A confused mind says no. And so what are the facts? The problem focuses their attention like a magnet. Your clients are super confused, super overwhelmed. Focus on that problem and it will clarify exactly what they can get from who you are, what you do, and what you sell. Focus on the problem that they have. They will buy if they have that problem and they want it to solve. Thus, they become an ideal client. They buy your offer or they don't buy your offer. What's the facts about fine tuning? They buy your offer or they don't buy your offer. It's as simple as that. That's why like comments and likes and subscribers are not an engagement. Buy is the engagement, right? Buying is the validation. They either buy it or they don't buy it. So if you're targeting the right pains and the right desires in their words, it is unavoidable for them not to want to buy. You tweak and fine tune the wording of their pains and desires until it works, until they buy. Their solution is resolved by your program. End of. Thus, we can sell the solution before your program is built because they are buying the concept of getting rid of their pain. Now, I'm going to explain this in how you deliver. A specific dialed in laser problem focus offer is defined by 5 core elements. So what is a dialed in offer? 5 core elements. Calling out a specific niche, calling out a clear problem that your ideal client has, calling out a clear desire away from the problem, and the name of the program and the outcome that they want, a method within the program that gets them the outcome that they want. This is what we're going to create together. So look, generic marketing versus specific. Generic marketing, no clear niche, no clear problem, no clear desire, no clear program outcome, no clear method. Specific, clear niche, clear problem, clear desire, clear program outcome, clear method. That's how we roll. Okay, so this is going to be the core elements that sell your clients on your program, the core elements of your message, the core elements of your organic marketing to get booked calls, the core elements for your ads to get booked calls, the core elements for your emails to get booked calls, the core elements for your webinar, etc. This is very simple. Keep it simple. I've simplified this over many, many years after spending thousands of hours with coaches and consultants who were massively overwhelmed. This is a very simple process to apply. So I help niche who have this pain get desire, which is away from the pain, by program name, which is the outcome that they want, by method, which is in the program. This is what we're creating. This is the offer codex. So how to create your offer codex. Okay, does this need to be perfect? Of course it doesn't. Just do the best that you can. The more consultations that you get, you'll be able to refine this. This is a framework. It gets some foundations set, but you can fine tune this. All right. So don't overcook it. Don't spend the rest of your life thinking that this is going to be this perfect thing that you have to have perfect before you go to the next module. Do the best you can, get it done, write it, and then move on to what? The next module. Okay. So the best way to do this is, first of all, it's not perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Just do the best you can. Go through this. Your offer gets validation, as in, all right, you get stronger, more confidence. It validates, it becomes stronger because more people are buying it, right? Your offer gets validation by going through this program. You keep getting clarity as you go through this program, as you repeat it. Every time you sell a new client, you get distinctions on your offer. You'll get better, right? This approach will save you a lifetime of pain and not doing anything. A lot of people try and be perfect. Forget perfect. You're completely flawed. Me too. Don't worry about it. Just get on with it and get it done. So here's the offer codex. Niche, pain, the problem. All right, desire, program, method. Okay, so let's get clear on what they are. Niche, pain/problem, desire, program, method. Okay, equals your problem statement. So when this is clear, post it in the group. All right, and so that we can give you feedback on that. So here's your problem statement. I help niche who have this pain get desire by program name. Method within the program is. Thus, I help who have this pain/problem get desire by program name. Method within the program is. So I help niche, I help male or female, all right, job title, age category, core niche. If in doubt, always go more specific and niche to begin with. You can always widen your audience later. Core market, health, all right, wealth, and or relationships. It's going to be one of these three. You know, even when people say, oh, Ed, I'm in confidence, right? That's in health. And just so you know, confidence is a going through process. Confidence to get what outcome is what I would say. Okay, so health, wealth, and relationships. And there are these sub niches within that. So within health, you've got these sub niches. There are tons of sub niches within the core niche. Right, there are millions of clients within these niche. Don't worry about if there's going to be enough people. It'll be fine. Target them so that you can stand out to this ideal client. This client has been targeted with generic offers over and over again, and which means your offer can stand out because it's very specific to them. Okay, so for example, helping 35 plus women escape the problem of bloating. That's within the health niche, but it's a very specific niche. Makes sense? That's where we want to start. Helping 40 plus men escape the problem of no muscle. All right, makes sense? There's a very clear pain and problem there. Helping career-driven women escape the problem of losing weight as a vegan. All right, very, very specific. Helping 30 plus men escape the problem of being depressed and lost. Helping 20, 25-year-old girls escape the problem of lack of self-love. You get my point. We need to focus on the sub niche. All right. If you're not close to focusing on a sub niche, you're going to make it really difficult for yourself. Okay. Wealth. There are tons of sub niches within this core niche. There are millions of clients within these niches. Target them so that you can stand out to this ideal client. This client has been targeted with generic offers over and over again, which means your offer can stand out. Okay. So within wealth niche, you don't have to specify male or female or age category. You do have to specify the method and the vehicle though. So for example, helping men with the problem of lack of money through serviced accommodation property. It's very specific, okay? Helping professional women escape the problem of not knowing how to grow their LinkedIn. Helping speakers escape the problem of not knowing how to get paid speaking gigs. Helping dentists escape the problem of not knowing how to start a side gig. helping women of color with the problem of making sales by using video. Very specific. Okay. Relationships. Again, tons of sub niches within the core niche, millions of clients within these niches. Target them so you can stand out to this ideal client and so that they will purchase quicker. These are the 5-10% of hot buyers because it's very specific. This client has been targeted with generic offers over and over again, which means your offer can stand out. Helping 40 plus women escape the problem of not attracting the right man. Helping professional 35 plus women escape the problem of attracting low value men. Helping men escape the problem of attracting the wrong partner. Helping couples escape the problem of an expensive divorce. Helping women escape the problem of grief after the loss of a loved one. Okay, so we're going to focus on the target, on the specific sub-niche first, and then you can expand. Okay, when you don't target a sub-niche, okay, when you don't target a sub-niche, here's what happens. You don't call out your ideal client. You don't increase your sales count. You spend more money on marketing. You don't get increased referral rates. You are competing against market leaders and you get different types of testimonials, which is like really dilutes the sales process. You don't build trust. It's much harder to grow. Okay, when you do target a sub-niche, when you target sub-niches, you call out your ideal client more specifically, you increase your sales count, you save money on marketing, you get increased referral rates, it's quicker to be recognized as an authority in that niche, you build testimonials that attract the same ideal client, you build trust quicker, you grow quicker. Okay, so I help niche, male or female. All right, don't, ideally pick one or, specifically, if your relationships and or health, 100% you have to pick male or female. You can't do both. All right, job type, age category, core niche. All right, if in doubt, as I said, always go more specific and niche to begin with. You can always widen your audience later. Who have this pain/problem, have this pain. All right, write out a short statement of the pain/problem they no longer want. To get desire, what desire they want, write out a short statement of the desire they want. By program name, the end outcome they want. All right, and so when it comes to picking the name for your program, keep this very simple and the least amount of words possible. If you can do this in one word, great. If you can do it in two, that's fine. It's just an abstract concept of the outcome. Think about the outcome your client wants. Name it that outcome. It's as simple as that, right? The least amount of words possible. Okay, so how to not call your program. Not a clear outcome for your client. Too many words, confusing, and it doesn't relate to them. E.g., the Miskin method. All right, the Miskin method was a client that I had a long time ago, and she had a program called that was about breastfeeding. And so the Miskin method is the actual method. So calling it breastfeeding made easy made it really easy to understand. Makes sense? Breastfeeding made easy is the outcome. Miskin method is the method within the program. Okay? So a clear outcome for your client. Short and to the point. Easy to understand. E.g., no Miskin method, but breastfeeding made easy. It's the outcome. All right? That's, teaching someone how to breastfeed. What's your program about? How to breastfeed. Oh, okay. What's the program called? Breastfeeding Made Easy. All right. What do you do? Oh, I run a program called Breastfeeding Made Easy. It's not rocket science to what it is. It's exactly what it says on the tin. Okay. So outcome, how to lose weight fast and make it last. Program name, rapid weight loss that lasts, or rapid weight loss. Weight loss. Just keep it simple, right? Outcome, how to get passion back in your relationship, the Passion Igniter. Now, these were actually my first two programs. And so how to lose weight fast and make it last. I had the rapid weight loss that lasts, right? How to get the passion back in your relationship, the Passion Igniter. But notice the Passion Igniter is easier to remember. Okay, and in hindsight, I should have got that program name, rapid weight loss that lasts, shorter. Rapid weight loss that lasts. Less words is better. All right, rapid learning was one of my programs. Great program. Message to Millions was one of my programs. Breastfeeding Made Easy, one of my clients. Branding Bootcamp was one of ours. Flab to Fit, great program. Sold out live events. Deals done fast. Do you get the idea? Less words, okay? Amazon #1 bestseller. Right, I did a program on that. Kickstart your music career. Abolish arthritis. What a great program name, right? Path to Purpose. Millionaire Mindset, one of my programs. Break Through Your Past, one of my programs. Fast Track Your Career. Amazon Seller Pro. Okay, End Endometriosis, great program name. Winning the Inner Game. Expert Coach, one of my programs. Divorce Healer, one of my programs. Life After Loss. Anxiety No More. Mend It, Don't End It. Body Beautiful. Do you get it? It's really simple. Less words, okay? So method within the program is your method to get them their result. Write out a short statement about what your method will, what your method is. So method marketing is the most powerful form of marketing. All your client cares about is getting to their outcome quicker. That's it. Method marketing shows your client there is a quicker path to get the outcome they want. It allows them to see why they have failed in the past because they were using the wrong method. This is the concept we shall deepen on as you progress through the program. There are very specific modules that cover this process in detail. Okay, so there is always something your client has tried that hasn't worked for them. That is why they booked a call with you. This is the old method that they've been using. Your method is the opposite to this. So here's an example. Tasking to complete. Why is the old way less effective? All right, your new method is just the opposite of that. So take any concept, for example, in COA, all right, posting all day on social media versus, all right, getting leveraged lead flow from your organics and from ads into one cool funnel. Having hundreds of funnels versus having one funnel, right? Having a low price, front end versus having a high price. Do you see what I mean? So everything is old way. Like in the old ways, it used to be amazing for low price stuff. It doesn't work anymore because it's so saturated. So it's much easier to get someone out of the overwhelm onto a conversation and actually have, here's the service. Here's what you're going to get. So you're not jumping them through multiple different hoops. Take any niche, right? Health, right? What's the old way? You could say the old way was slow cardio and the new way is hit cardio. Or the old way was, Weight Watchers, where, you're eating really, let's just be frank, high sugar foods, etc. And the new way is a ketone diet, okay? The old way of, getting rid of anxiety is to not do anything about it versus actually having some coaching and doing some transformational work. The old way is taking pills, all right, and hoping that it will go on its own versus coaching. It can be as simple as that. There's no need to overcook it. The old way is eating junk food versus eating clean, all right? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's just the fact that you're saying in the past they've tried this, which they have, and this is a better approach, and it's your approach. So example, why is the old way less effective to get clients? Why is COA more effective? As I said, I covered, posting on every single social media channel versus leveraging your lead flow down into one cool application funnel and deliver one program. One of the biggest mistakes I made early on is that I did way too many programs, whereas I should have focused down on one fundamental program. Now we have core programs, but the earlier days I did far too many programs, far too many, and it's not good. So don't be that person trying to do too many things. I wish someone had told me earlier. And yeah, much better. Example, mindset coaching. Why is the old way of going to therapy less effective than retraining your mind? All right, therapy is great. Depends again on how good the therapist is, but there is no resolution focus. And so there's no transformational work done within that. You're left to do it on your own time, and it can take a long time. And if the therapist is not very good, it could take a lifetime. So why is rapid action coaching more effective? For example, in my expert coach, I have a 4-step process. All right, we inquire on the problem. We break the belief that uncovers the problem, that kind of holds the problem there. We break the belief, we retrain the new habit, and then we hold them accountable. It's really that simple. All right. And so it's done in a very effective, unique framework. And that's like specific questions that allow that to occur. And that's why it's more effective, because you can get a rapid result. You can do it over Zoom. You don't have to be there in person, etc. So that's old way versus new way. Okay, example, health. Why is the old way of going to the gym for 2 hours to lose weight the slow way versus why is HIIT training better? Because you can increase your heart rate quicker, burn more calories, and as long as you control your calories, you'll be better off. Okay, example, nutrition. Why is the old way using drugs to build your immunity, right? Which is a lot of people like in terms of arthritis, etc. versus why is eye therapy better? All right, eye therapy increases your immunity like 10 times more than taking drugs. Okay, arthritis. Why is the old way of taking medication to get over your arthritis bad? Because it doesn't get rid of it. Right, what happens is you get more arthritis over a period of time. And why is the holistic healing approach better? Because you can actually eradicate arthritis. And so by eating in a certain way and thinking in a certain way, you can actually get rid of your arthritis. How cool is that? Example, relationships. Why is the old way of waiting for a man to approach a bad way? Because you end up with no choices and they have to come to you. Versus why is a new way of seducing him without him even knowing it? So it feels like he's done it. So you really have the control. How cool is that? That's what I also used to teach. Example, children. Why is the old way of trying to teach your children with learning disabilities bad? Back in the day, there used to be this, this concept that dyslexia wasn't able to be broken. Whereas today, new ways of rapidly teaching your children to learn without the stress is much better. There's a lot less labeling around dyslexia and all of these things because it's just a learning deficiency. And if you learn more effectively, new ways of learning speeds up someone's ability to take on board any sort of information. Thus, they're not dyslexic. So look, tasking to complete. You're going to be writing out why is the old way for whatever you get your client to the outcome. There's an old way that your client has tried. What is that old way? Why is it less effective? And your new method is just the opposite of that. It can just really be so simple. You do not need to overcomplicate this. You do not need to try and create something that's foundational that the world has never seen. All right, just create something that, and then just refine it as you go through so it makes it more yours. And so that you're constantly making it better in your own view. Okay, so show me some examples, Ed. My pleasure. I help niche who have this pain problem get desire by program name. Method within the program is. Okay, so how not to do it first. Please, if you post in the group and it's too generic, I help, people. All right, I help business owners. All right, get a bit more specific than business owners. Or help service providers, let's avoid that, who have this pain, can't make money, get desire, time and freedom by program name, online business, method within the program is online business method. That is not how to do it, okay? That's massively generic and it's not specific. That ad will not land, okay? And so how not to do it, I help people who can't lose weight, who want to get the body they want, through program now, healthy body method within the program is dieting. It's far too generic, okay? Generic marketing doesn't work. It's not specific enough. So here's some examples. Here's COA. I help niche coaches. We have a very specific category defined who have this pain problem or struggling to get clients into their business, who want to get clients consistently without the overwhelm. Program name, clients on automation. That's the end outcome. All right, method, 3-pillar process, leverage lead flow, 1 content piece masterpiece that sets up the sale, signature program, deliver automated results. Okay, example speakers. I help frustrated female speakers who have the pain or are struggling to get paid speaking gigs, get desire so they can increase their brand and impact by program name, my 6-figure speaking program, method process, 3-pillar process, creating an automated pitch deck, finding the right people, following up with the right people. Really simple. All right, example career. I help 40 plus women stuck in a dead end job who don't know how to get their ideal role without years of interviews so they can be valued and fulfilled by program name, the Career Fast Track Coaching Program, method, 3-pillar process, CV, shortcut, high value communication skills, and understanding influence to create certainty. Right, I help 40 plus overweight men, pain who's struggling to lose body fat without losing muscle, desire so they can get Greek God movie 6-pack, program name, my Greek God body program, 3-pillar process, your ideal body diagnostics, compound lifting, fasting and loading up as in heavy weight training. Example, footballers. I help niche pro footballers pain who are struggling with their emotions so they can level up without going to a sports psychologist. Program name, Winning the Inner Game coaching program. Method, the 3-pillar process: self-discovery, self-healing, and accountability. It's that simple. There's actually one of my clients, Robbie, a very successful program, not a psychologist, and he was really struggling, and because he thought all pro footballers would need to have, like a psychologist. And so look at that. The reason why they started to come to him, because they didn't trust their in-house psychologist, because the psychologist would pass the information back to the, like the coach and stuff. And so absolutely cleaned up on this: self-discovery, self-healing, and accountability. That's his 3-pillar. All right. I help niche unconfident 30 plus mums who are struggling with self-confidence and body issues so they can be confident and sexy. Lose weight fast and make it last coaching program. 3 pillars: fat loss macro meal plans done for you. 20-minute intervals times daily. Compounding muscle groups for maximum calorific burn. Simple. Okay. I help frustrated single plus women who are struggling to find the right man so they can get the love they have been dreaming of. My rapid romance coaching program. 3 pillars: high value communication, reverse psychology, value-based behavior management. One of my clients, that was one of mine. I help frustrated single 40 plus men who are struggling to get high value dates so that they can get the love they have been searching for. Everlasting love coaching program. Method, 3-pillar process: high value communication, high value behavior, high value maintenance. Really simple. Okay. I help 30 plus mums who have just given birth, who are struggling with baby weight and the time to fit the gym in so they can get their pre-baby body back without restrictions. Sexy mum coaching program. 3 pillars: easy home-based exercise, confidence protocols, self-love habits. Really simple. Okay. Example, food. I help women who care about healthy, natural food, who struggle with eating healthy on the go so they can eat healthy, highly nutritious meals easily on the go. Healthy cooking made easy program. 3 pillars: designing your ideal meal prep around your goals, how to pick meals in less than 3 minutes, and how to prep them and do a week worth in less than 30 minutes. I help niche who have this specific pain and problem get this desire off the back of the pain and problem by program name, the outcome that they want in the least amount of words. If I had a chance again, in today's market, I would have gone with 1 word for clients and automation versus 3. And so I know exactly what that word would be. Oh my God. And maybe I do change it. I'll assess it down the road. But, 1 word, if you can, is really good. Okay. Method, process. What's the method? The 3 pillars. And if you're wondering, Ed, you haven't talked about these 3 pillars. I've just stated them so you get used to it. And in the next module, I'm going to show you how to write them in more detail. And it's super easy. And this is going to be a game changer. Okay. So how to choose your price point, just a heads up. Every time your ideal client buys or doesn't buy, just notice what they say. If you're getting too many no's, then you don't know enough yet about your client. Remember that, okay? When they're not buying, that means that you're missing the problem and you need to get better at sales, go through the closer process more, get better. Don't get bitter, get better. This means you have to dial your offer in, which means that you have to get more specific. So it solves their problem so they want to buy. Okay, look at this. You can only pick 2 that you want. And when you picked your 2, it will turn the 3rd into a negative. Okay, so people are going to go, I want it fast, all right? And I want it good. I want it fast and good. Well, then it won't be cheap. So you have to understand that, right? If it's fast, as in it really gets them fast results, and it's very good, it cannot be cheap. Do you get that? That's why we go with a front end, minimum $1,500, especially if you're starting live coaching. They're going straight into live coaching. That's highly valuable. I'd actually say $1,500 to $2,500 is the minimum I want you to start with. I'll let you get with away $1,500, but really, realistically, I want you to be at $2,500 to $3,000 for live coaching for 3 months in any niche is not unreasonable. Okay, then you can create a program so you can scale it and you can adjust your pricing. right? So say, for example, you go fast and cheap, right? I want it to be fast to get me the result really fast, and I want it to be cheap. Well, then it can't be good. All right. So that's what front end products are today. These like £49, they're fast, cheap. They're not good. All right. They don't have any support. They can't have the support. They have no assets. They can't give you the assets. Do you know how much it costs me on a monthly basis to support you with the amount of team that we have available? It is expensive. All right. And so the reason we do that so that you can have immense support. All right. So picking your price point. The minimum is 1,500. Ideally, as I say this, I'd like you to be at 2,500. All right. Post in the group. We're here to validate, help you, and the live clinics are here to give you that support. But 1,500 is the bare minimum. All right. If you're starting one-to-one, 1,500, nah, come on, 2,500. If you're doing 1,500 for live coaching and maybe you're not that confident, okay, fine. But if in doubt, go higher. 2,500, 3,500. There's not a lot of difference to getting someone to purchase 1,500 to 2,500. There's a big difference between you though. Say you have 7 clients that buy 1,500 versus 7 clients that buy at 2,500. You make 7,000 more. So you make 17,000 versus 10,000. That's a big difference. You do the same work, and all you've done is increase by $1,000. It's not if they're going to buy at 1,500, they'll buy at 2,500. Okay, so look, price point minimum 1,500. As I said, the least we can do. I can't go, and ideally 2,500 for live coaching for 3 months in any niche is really where we need to be beginning. Minimum charge 1,500 times 10 clients is 15,000 per month. It's solid. All right. Delivery time is 8 hours per month, plus your group management. If you're going straight into live coaching, I'll go through that on how to deliver your offer in the next. It's just coming up, so bear with me on that. Validating your offer. They do not buy if they do not see that there is a value exchange, which means that you've understood their problem. Validating your offer is a process. You have to go through this. As you continue going through this program, you will continue to validate your offer. So please just keep going through. Validating your offer is a concept that continues to get stronger and stronger as what? You get better and better. The better you get at understanding your client's problem, the better you get. The more sales you make. The more sales you make, the more clients you serve. The more clients you serve, the better you understand the problem. The better you understand the problem, the deeper you understand the problem, the better your program becomes. The better your program becomes, the better results you can get. The better results you can get, the better you can attract clients. And so the better you become. That's the performance circle, remember? Okay, each year your offer will get stronger. You will get stronger as you get better. As you stopped getting bitter, you're now getting better. The goal of an automated business is to work less each year and earn more each year by setting up systems, because your offer and your skills are getting better, so you can put your prices up and then build more automation year after year. Okay, so look, validating your offer, having people understand what you're talking about is very important. Here's a little test. When people ask what you do they understand what you do quickly? All right, do they want to buy it from you? Now, with your problem statement, you can clearly say, I help niche who have this problem get the desire they want by program name that's outcome focused, the outcome that they want. And if they go, well, how do you do that? My method is a 3-pillar approach, and it's these 3 steps. Bang. That is the clarity. I guarantee you. All right. Back in the day, there was this Clubhouse app. I listened to thousands of coaches, consultants with zero clarity like that, trying to explain what they did. All right. We're giving you immense clarity. Okay. So look, validating your offer means 10 clients at your price point, assess and increase the price point. 20 clients at price point, assess and increase the price point. The goal is to always increase your price points. 50 clients at your price point, assess and increase their price. You just keep on getting more clients through, keep on increasing your price point. 100 clients at your price point, assess and increase the price. And you will find like the right sort of medium according to how many sales you can make, how much time available you have, and how much time you want to spend doing it. You can get us to do it for you. You can get others to do it. We can help you hire. We can help you get other closers to do it for you. 200 clients at a price point, assess and increase the price. So that's how we roll. As your offer increases and gets stronger, you can provide a greater program for your clients. You can give them better support and personalized touch points. You can hire better team members, which in turn can help your clients get better results. You can give them access to greater assets. Your business becomes stronger and more stable as your offer becomes stronger. So how to deliver your offer. This is so good. All right. For many years, I heard people struggling, but I don't understand how to go from one-to-one to one-to-many. This is how you're going to do it. Okay. It's really simple. There's 4 levels, and I've never seen anyone else explain this as clearly as I'm about to explain this to you. So you're going to really get it. All right, level 1 delivery, you're doing one-to-one coaching sessions via Zoom. You're giving them some group support via Facebook group or WhatsApp, depending again on how many clients you have. Why? Because it's easy to just text, right? You're just texting questions, so it speeds up the amount of results that they can get. Makes sense? And it increases the touch points, means they get a better service. Right, level 2 delivery, you go from one-to-one just to live training over Zoom. No slides, you've got nothing, you're just there in person via Zoom. You still give them group support via Facebook group. Done. That's how you go one-to-many. You pick the dates and they buy 3 months access to live coaching with you over Zoom. That's it. And you create your program on the go. Can I get a hell yes for that? Come on. It's that simple. All right, stage 3 is you're doing a live training via Zoom, and you've created slides now. So you've got a slide deck and you're taking them through modules and stuff, but you're still giving them just two set dates a week, or 1. It's up to you. I recommend 2 so you get good at it. So you're doing like a Monday and Thursday at 6 p.m. or whatever. All right, and that's when they can get access to you. At this stage, you might have created some assets, but you might not have. But you're just taking them through slides. There's group support via Facebook group, and that's it. Level 4 is what you're seeing now. That modules are recorded in an online portal, so there's a success path. You get live Q&A support sessions via Zoom, which you guys do too, and you get group support via Facebook group. So that's a level 4 delivery. But you have to go through level 1 first, level 2, level 3, it's a level 4. I mean, you can go straight to level 2 if you want. If you haven't done level 1, that's fine. All right, you can go straight to just doing live coaching over Zoom, and you book in as many people as you want on that, and you create your slides on the go, and then you record your modules when you have the time to do it, and that's it. Okay, so level 1 delivery is one-to-one coaching, Zoom, Facebook support. Level 2 is live coaching. All right, it's over Zoom. You still have Facebook. Again, the reason why I use Facebook is because it's a great platform to have clients in a group. You can screenshot their results. You can track their progress very easily, and it's completely for free. Like, I don't mind if you want to use other softwares. It's just everyone knows Facebook. It's easy to access to. It's got very little learning curve for people to get used to it. Some people won't like it, some people will. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about that. All right. All it is about is them getting an ability to text and ask questions in the most efficient way. It doesn't cost you anything to run a Facebook group, bar just your time management to answer the questions. And the advantage is that other people can see you answering those questions, so they get benefit from being in there too. Level 3 is still live coaching twice a week over Zoom, Facebook, for all your questions, plus you've now created a slide deck. All right. Again, if you've already done that, great. And then level 4 is you've got this automated program, right? You're doing live coaching twice a week over Zoom. You've got Facebook group support. Everything's on slides, and you've got your program fully uploaded in an online portal. We use Kajabi. The reason we use Kajabi is because it's the most solid, and it's the most non-hackable. And so I know people have I don't care what software you use whatever you want. We go through specifically how we create a signature program in section 3, which is in the resource section. We advise Kajabi because it's the best. You can track your program, you can track your client. It's not hacked. Some of the cheaper ones, the reason they're cheap is because they're easier hacked. If your program's hacked and everyone can get access to it, it's not cool. Right, so level 1, one-to-one delivery, time period 3 to 6 months, depending on your price point, and you renewal for continued support. Okay, so that you can keep on clients. All right, support, Facebook group support or WhatsApp support, depending on your numbers or whatever you want to do. Put them in a Telegraph, whatever it is that you use. It's still the same concept. You start one-to-one, Till you have no time left, then switch to selling group training. Now, if you're already doing one-to-one, that's fine. Just go straight to level 2. Okay, if you're still at one-to-one and you want to validate, that's also fine. Can you also offer one-to-one when you've got level 2 live training going on? Of course, but make sure you've increased your price point. So you've got 2 options. All right, level 2 delivery, live training, no slides yet. All they're doing is getting 3 to 6 months. I would recommend 3 months, depending again on your price point. Renewal for continued support. 3 months is a long time period. All right, it's to keep people short and focused. You can change it. I would never recommend 12 months or 9 months or lifetime or anything like that. You want people to renew, and you want also people to know there's a deadline. If they don't know there's a deadline, they won't use it. So you end up getting people that just don't even bother doing it. All right, support Facebook group or WhatsApp. Again, same process. Switch from one-to-one to live training. Pick 2 or 1 days per week to provide live sessions over Zoom to Zoom. This is when your clients get access to your service, and then you can create slides on the go. That's it. Notice I'm not using the word group training, group program, because it's not a very, no one wants to be part of this group. It's just like, here's my live training, right? I'm live and there are other people there, and some will turn up, some won't. It doesn't matter, right? It's a better sales word to avoid group training. Okay, a level 3 delivery, you got live training with slides. Okay, 3 to 6 months depending on price point. Renewal for continued support. Again, Facebook group support, WhatsApp depending again on numbers. Continue to do the live sessions with your clients. Refine your program/course material. Again, this can be done one-to-one until you have no time left, and switch to selling your program with live group support once you've completed your recording for your program/course modules. This is covered in section 3 in the resources of how to create a signature program. Level 4, this is the end where your program course is an online portal and you're providing live Q&As. 3 months to 6 months depending on price point. Renewal for continued support. Facebook group support, build out your team to provide support. That's why we have an advanced level, because we have an extensive team. There's only so much you can get in the first section, and that's why it has to build out to advanced levels where we start running your ads with you, start training you at a higher level to close more so that you can make more. Note, the majority of the program course material is delivered in the online modules now. For example, in COA, 98% of the entire thing is covered. You're just using those live clinics to get Q&A, to get your answers, because you might need to hear it in a different variation, or you might have missed it, but it's pretty much 100% all here. You provide live support over Zoom to compound on the program. You start building out your systems and team to provide greater amounts of support for your client, so you can get through so they can get through the program as quick as possible. Again, to build a signature program, section 3 in the resource section. So again, level 1 delivery, one-to-one, duration 3 months, renew at the end. Live coaching sessions over Zoom, one-to-one, group support, Facebook or WhatsApp, whatever. That's what it looks like. Yeah, really simple. You got that now. All right, we go to level 2, live training, no slides, 3 months, renew at the end. Live coaching sessions, pick 2 or 1 days per week and deliver those live sessions. That's it. And stick to those days. As in Monday and Wednesday, I am doing delivery. That's when you get access. If people say, oh, I can't make those days, that's their problem, not yours. You design it so you record it. You're going to put it in a place where they can get it. And so it doesn't matter. All right. So that's what that looks like. You got this, right? Level 3, live training with slides. All right. Time duration, 3 months, renew at the end. Live coaching sessions over Zoom with slides, pick 2 to 1 days per week, deliver live sessions, group support via Facebook group. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. We've done this. You know this. Last bit, program course modules recorded online, 3 months, renew at the end. Modules recorded in an online portal, we use Kajabi. Live Q&A support over Zoom, pick 2 or 1 days per week, live delivery sessions, group support via Facebook group. Start adding assets so you have program course modules recorded like this, okay? With live coaching sessions, Q&A support, like what we're doing here, and you have a Facebook group support. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool. So look, here's the journey, because this is how I started. I started with my Awakened program. It was a one-to-one delivery. All right, so that's myself doing one-to-one delivery back in the day. I rented a flat in London and clients would come to my flat in London, right? Then I did a live training, all right, around mindset and people would came up. So it's a one-to-many. It's kind of like Zoom, obviously, but it's, that was back in the day when it was live events. And then I got better at that. And I had like a full deck slide and you can see slide on the left. Can you notice, go back one? All I had was flip charts, right? All I had was flip chart. I just write on the flip charts. So I just teach it live, just write on flip charts. Okay. And then I had a slide deck. Okay. So I'm live training building slides on the go. And then it became later on a full online program, right? Which I just had in an online portal. That's how we go. Okay. And then of course, at different price points, it had live support and etc. all online. So for example, COA started at the same, I used to high price one-to-one on helping people with their business. Obviously my first kind of major niche was mindset. And then people would ask me how I got so many clients. So I would do one-to-one specific business coaching, high price. Then I did, this was my first live training delivery. Again, all I was doing was writing on flip charts and stuff, just creating it on the go. All right. And then it became like a proper slide thing where I had live training. And then it became an online training. The first time it actually became a live training, I took on, it was 22,000 for the year. And then became 36,000 for a live training. They would also come to our office. That was our office in the middle there. And that's how it grew. And so same with my expert coach. To become a qualified coach, I would do one-to-one. All right. And then I went to live training, just writing down on flip charts. Then it became like a really big training with slides and all of that sort of thing. And then what happened, all right, is I actually went back to fine tune it. All right. So I actually went back to that step here. I actually sold it, all right, about, I think 4 or 5 years ago now, as just live coaching over Zoom. That's all they got, right? They paid $5,000. They had access for live coaching twice a month. That was it. All right. And they had no assets. All right. There was nothing there. They were just having those live coaching sessions. I then turned those live coaching sessions into a deck slide. And then during that process, I created all the modules and I created the expert coach off like that. And the reason I did that is because I'd been running it for a long, long time. I become very detailed in the information, and within the coaching industry, lots of people have different sorts of expertise. So I actually wanted to just go back to this stage right there. And I had loads of people that did NLP. Some of them were doing like CBT. Some of them had done like loads of different sorts of qualifications. And I really wanted to kind of mutually build a really amazing program together with them. So I was listening to what they were saying, understanding like what they could do, what they couldn't do. And I created one of the most amazing programs off the back of that. So that's the same process for you. So you're going to, if you're already at one-to-one, great. If you're just getting started, start at one-to-one. Okay. If you want to validate your offer again, go to one-to-one. If you want to increase your price point or test your messaging, go back to one-to-one. Again, you can charge high price for one-to-one. Don't be sitting there. We have had clients that are, oh, look, I've been doing this a long time. I'm already at 17,000. Why should I go back to one-to-one? Because if you're like at 17,000 per month, right, and you're using like a webinar funnel, right, you don't have a coaching call funneling. So you're going to have to get good at understanding how to sell people. And if you can sell people at like 5K, 10K for one-to-one, then you can quickly go to live coaching off the back of that. All right. And then you can go to live coaching, create your program on the go, and then, record the modules whilst you're doing the live delivery. And so you can put some serious cash flow in the bank. So again, you don't have to start from there. You could go straight into that if you want to. You just pick 2 dates. That's it, right? That's the access. And they get access to 3-month support with you, live coaching, and, Facebook group support and all that stuff. So that's your journey, okay? And so remember, Anthony Joshua, I got to work harder. He's got to work harder. He's one of the best in the world, and he's telling himself he has to work harder. So we work harder at making it better. That's what we do, all right? And so the key principle to delivery is getting better on the go. That's the whole thing. A lot of people in the coaching consulting industry will never really truly get this because they don't have this program. You have this program. You got me. We got your back. All right. So one more time, how do you go from one-to-one to group? All you do is one-to-one coaching. All right. Deliver one-to-one over Zoom. All right. You step one-to-one over Zoom on specific days. Obviously, they get individual days. Hit the block of time. You can't fit any more clients in due to time. Pick 2 dates a week for live delivery and stick to them. So the next client you sell, level 2 access delivery. They get 2 times per week and the program, and that's it. Right? They get 3 months access to you on a Monday and Thursday, and they can ask questions in the group. That is your program. Okay, so your offer will look like this. They'll get live sessions twice a week over Zoom, 3 months access, live coaching sessions over Zoom, Monday and Thursday, 6 p.m. That is it. Support 24/7, all questions answered, 3 months access, Facebook group support. That's how you transition. Makes sense? But Ed, my coaching is very personal, private. My clients wouldn't buy a group training. All right, I promise you this is not true. I've done group training. One-to-many is more powerful for transformation in all niches for many, many years. This is me doing a personal transformation with someone in front of 400 people in the room, and they loved it. Right, I spent years of my life doing personal transformation in front of large amounts of people, and they all loved it. Okay, so don't use that excuse. It's not true. Live group training is more effective than one-to-one. So live group training is more effective than one-to-one, just so you know. Group training is more powerful for transformation in all niches because your clients transforms whilst watching others. Right, not everyone knows questions to ask. And so they uncover more blind spots faster by being part of a one-to-many group. Okay, one-to-one is intense and creates a lot of resistance and is sometimes not the easiest way to coach people. Principles take longer to land when they are one-to-one. So one-to-one coaching, let's get rid of it. Live coaching, all right? So ideally get rid of the one-to-one unless it's going to be a high price, super high price, but I'll explain that in a second. Okay, so important, pay attention. Do not say it is group training. Just do not mention that. What you're going to say, do say and sell, you are buying program name, right? Your program name outcome, fabulously fit, whatever it may be, with live coaching and Q&A support through your own private group. I'm going to say this. This is how you say it. You are buying program name, you put the program name in, with live coaching and Q&A support through your own private group. One more time now, okay? You're going to say you're buying program name with live coaching and Q&A support through your own private group. Notice how much more powerful that is than you're going to be part of a group. All right? It's just like a lot of people react badly to that. It's live coaching, Q&A support through your own private group. If they ask, look, tell them. But if they don't ask the details, don't give them the details. Live group training is more effective than one-to-ones. Focus selling your program with live support being your main service. Price contrast one-to-one and charge 3 to 4 times more. It is your personal time and it's unscalable. So here's how this goes for a price example. Say your program with live coaching is $2,500 for 3 months. Right, that means that, of course, you can still provide one-to-one, but your one-to-one coaching is high price and it's $10,000 for 3 months. So it will contrast the 3 months at $2,500. Makes sense? You can have one-to-one, but it's going to cost you $10,000. If your program with live coaching is $5,000 for 3 months, then your one-to-one coaching price is $20,000 for 3 months. Makes sense? That's why mine's at 60,000 currently, which I'm probably going to put it up again. All right. And so look at this. Look, this is one of the most powerful structures that you will see. So look at one-to-one. Say, for example, you have a 2,000 price point. All right. And you sell 5 units. Okay. So the total is 10,000. You say you did five units in a month. That's 10,000 you've generated. All right, the delivery hours, you do at least 10 hours because they get one-to-one. You say, well, 5, but between some of it's going to take longer. It will be an hour and a half notes. You'll be there earlier, half an hour before. It's going to be at least double. It won't just be 1 hour. It'll be 2 hours. So it's 10 hours. So per month, that's 40 hours. Now look at live coaching. Live coaching, right? Obviously it's in a group format. You know, we're not saying that to the client because it doesn't sound sexy. Okay, so it's a 2,000 price point. You do the same units, okay, the same revenues created, but here it is. You ready? Your delivery per week is 4 hours maximum. All right, you could get away with 2 hours, right? Because that would be 2 live sessions, an hour. But I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt and say for example, they were 2 hours each, which would be a lot. All right, that's total delivery, 16 hours a month, okay? Let's do it again, okay? Let's increase, all right, the amount of units that we sell, okay? So it's the same price point, but we've done double the amount of units, which means that we put 20 grand in, okay? But that means on one-to-one, that has doubled the amount of workload. So we now have to do 20 hours per week, all right, which is 80 hours a month, which is a lot, all right? Look at this, pay attention. 2,000, 10 units, group delivery, live coaching, all right, 20,000 revenue, same hours of delivery. You get me? That's 4 hours, 16 hours. This is very scalable. Do it make sense? Okay, look, let's do it again. Let's double. All right, price point 2, units 20 this time. So you've done 40,000 revenue in the month. All right, you're 40 hours a week. That's a full-time job. You've got no more time for like family, sales. You know, sales that's gonna take up a lot of time. Your delivery is now the majority of your week. So you're on the edge. If you can't do this. It's not possible. So you can't do 40,000 revenue one-to-one. It's just not possible with 40 hours in a week. All right, and you've got to make the sales on top of that. You've got to make the calls. So this is no longer possible. That's 160 hours per month. Whereas, look, live coaching, group, 2,000, 20 units, 40,000, same revenue, the same amount of time, 4 hours. You've done the same delivery. That's only 16 hours a month. Can I get a hell yes? Okay, so let's do it again. All right. So look, 2,000, you do 40 units. This is completely impossible. You can't do 80,000. It's not possible because that's 80 hours a week. You can't make the sales calls. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you can't do anything. This is completely impossible. That's 320 hours a month. However, it's not impossible in a group format. 2,000, 40 units, 80,000 revenue. All right, that's still 4 hours. It's 4 hours delivery, 16 hours. And look, of course, they're going to ask more questions, but you're doing 80,000 a month. You can now hire other people to get stuff done. You got to get on an advanced program for that. Why? Because we got to help you get more than that. Right, you'll be losing a lot without us. So that's never going to be possible. It wasn't possible before. And look, 2,000, right, 40 units, not a lot of units, 80,000 revenue, 4 hours delivery a week, 16 hours a month. That is what we're talking about. So look, 320 hours to 16 hours. Do you get me? So look, let's go for it. So look, what this means for you in the future is that people spend a lifetime not knowing if their offer works. You have a framework to get immediate feedback on your message. Your ad might not land straight away, but that means that we just have to readjust. By knowing this will enable you immense clarity. From clarity, success is created when you put in the work. You have foundational understanding to make any offer work now. You can secure your financial freedom and your emotional freedom because you will be able to call out your ideal client's problem. Right? In less than 30 seconds, you will stand out to your ideal client without a load of waffle getting in the way. All right, so the summary of what we got, why dialing in your offer is so important, what is a dialed in offer, how to create the offer using the offer codex, how to choose your price point, how to deliver your offer, and what this means for your future, tasking to complete now. Okay, so tasking for you to complete now, Ed, I don't know, just choose your best option available now. Done is better than perfect. Get this done as quickly as possible. This is easy. There's no need to overthink. It will get better as you get better. Right? Nothing happens if you do not do this. You can't complain about no results if you don't complete this now. Right? You just make a decision now to complete this. It's just like brushing your teeth. You don't even think about it. You just do it. You just make a decision now to complete this. It's just like having a shower. Some of the water lands on you, some of it doesn't. It doesn't matter. You still just having a shower, right? Just do this. It'll make sense. Complete your tasking now. Write out your problem statement and post it in the group. Set a countdown timer for 30 minutes to complete. Stick to time. Get it done fast. Post in the group so we can give you your feedback on it. I help niche who, with this pain, get desire by program name, method, process. Okay? So write out why your method is better, why your method is faster than the old way, e.g. what have they tried before? Your method is the opposite to this. This is your 3-pillar overview. Now, if you're worried about the 3 pillars, do not worry. I got you. That is our next module, helping you to do that specifically. But just do the best you can. Get this done. Don't mess around. All right? Time is always going away. All you have now is now. So let's go. Let's get it done. All right? Task 3, the 4 levels of delivery. So you understand what they are. 20 minutes max on this. It doesn't take long. So you got level 1 delivery, one-to-one coaching sessions via Zoom, group support via Facebook group or WhatsApp. Delivery number 2, live training, no slides via Zoom, group support via Facebook group. Level 3, when you advance that, you've got the slides, same as before. Level 4, you've just recorded the modules. Okay, so again, it looks like that. Level 1, just one-to-one over Zoom. Level 2, live coaching. All right, in a group format. Of course, we're not going to tell group format. It's live coaching twice a week. They get a Facebook group. Great. Level 3, you've got some slides now. It's really much the same thing. Okay, level 4, you've recorded the modules. Amazing. Okay, so look, complete your tasking now. We're here for you every step of the way. We got your back, y'all. That's how we roll. As always, no matter what happens, never give up on those dreams. My name's Ed J.C. Smith, and I cannot wait to see you on the next module. Let's go, 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 go.